Hello there, welcome to Bryan Lomax Movie Talk. I'm just testing something out, so I figured I'd film it anyway and just do something. So bear with me if there are any glaringly obvious mistakes or fumbles or technological difficulties. It is to be expected. But yeah, so I want to try out the different functions on StreamYard. And truth be told, I watched my friend Graham the other day doing a live stream, and he was sharing his screen, so he was bringing stuff up on his screen. I was like, how did you do that? And he's like, it's in StreamYard, it's a function. I was like, well, I have StreamYard, and I've never seen it, I've never done it. So I want to test it, see what is what. And I thought in order to test it, I would need something to do to test it on. So I thought I would harken back to my old Letterboxd Sundays kind of stuff, but done in a slightly different style, I guess. Which is I'm gonna pick one of my patrons. They don't know this yet, so they might not like this idea. But I'm gonna pick one of my patrons. I've decided I'll pick Glyn Parson, and I want to look through his Letterboxd account and. We'll see what happens, I guess. See what kind of movies he likes, dislikes, what kind of things I feel he is smoking crack on. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. But so it requires me to share my screen. That's stream. Boom. And then I'm going to go over to Letterboxd. Boom. Here we go. And members. There's tons of members. Yeah, that guy just, oh man. I never agree with anything he says. David Ehrlich, he's a critic, film critic. I don't know the guy personally. I'm sure he's a nice dude. Nothing against him as a person, but I rarely agree with anything he says, to be honest. We have completely different styles when it comes to films, and we are just not compatible at all. But hey, I would imagine that would create some good conversations. But there you go. So yes, let's have a look. Members. I need to find. Do we have a search? Yes, we do. It's there. Let me check. I don't know if he's down as Glyn Parson actually. He may have a different. Oh, hang on. Oh yeah, there we go. Glyn Parson. I missed the N off. Let's have a look. Pro member, as expected. There we go. So Fast Times at Ridgemont High, I knew was his favourite film. Although I don't know if these are in order here. His favourite film, but Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. It's nice to see that going there. I know me and Glyn really do agree on that one. I think it is absolutely, positively Quentin Tarantino's most underrated film. I do think that it will become even more appreciated over the years as time goes by. But yeah, Dazed and Confused kind of fits within that Fast Times at Ridgemont High kind of vibe. I think when I was a teenager I used to get them too confused actually. I used to get Dazed and Confused about those two movies because yeah, I don't know, it's just a period when that kind of film started popping up, kind of like a antithesis to the John Hughes style. Southland Tales, as you can see there, I gave it 3.5 out of 5. I think that 2.8 there on Letterboxd is rather unfair. It's not quite as glowing as Donnie Darko, but I think it's still got a lot to recommend it. Like 1 star, come on, give me a break. Yeah. Anyway, let's have a look. What has Glyn been watching? I Love You Man. I think Glyn's clearly a comedy guy. 5 stars there for I Love You Man. What did I give it? Let's have a look. 3.5 once again. Yeah. In fact, let's have a look at Glyn's ratings. See, that's all right to me. That looks about normal, about what it should be. I've had this conversation with Luke from Razor Wire Reviews, where I look at I do weird things. I'm very interested in looking at people's Letterboxd accounts and kind of stalking their their film kind of tastes and whatnot. But this is a good indicator, I think. If you look at this, it tells you, basically how many ratings the person has done and what they. So the rating that Glyn is most gives out is a 3.5 star rating, which I think that probably should be around about where it should be. 3.5. I think most films should be hitting around that mark, to be honest. When you see some, because this is something I called out with Luke, because I looked at Luke. I can't remember actually now if it was his or someone else's, but I mentioned it when we got into a conversation about it. But I think his curve kind of started up here, dipped in the middle, and then went up. So it showed that actually he rates more films either a 1 or a 5, and that to me was like suspect. That's suspect, because how can you honestly say that nearly every film that you watch is either absolute dog turd or absolute, Dark Knight, Godfather classic kind of thing? It's just not. The majority of films that are released, they're a good watch. They're average. You probably won't watch them again, but you had a good time. That is your average film. 6 times out of 10, I would imagine that is what you're going to get. 3.5. So yeah, seeing that kind of movement there on his scores it's a bit more trustworthy, I think. But yeah, let's have a look. Candyman: Farewell to the Flesh, he gave a 3. I think I would probably agree with that. Let me have a look. Actually, I can tell you whether I agree with that. I do. I gave it a 3. There you go. So we're on the same page with that one. I do need to watch Southland Tales again, actually, because I think it probably is going to be one of those films that goes up in my estimation. The Box, I feel, is another Richard Kelly film that is severely underrated. Really, really underrated. I say that a lot. Grateful Dead, Sunshine Dreams. I'm assuming that's the band Grateful Dead, is it? Is that like a concert film or something? Documentary? Yeah, concert film. I can't say I've ever really listened to Grateful Dead, so I don't know. But let's have a look at what he's been watching. Let's have a look at his activity, actually. So, yeah, Arkansas, never heard of that one. Death Promise. Things 4. Oh, Halloween 5. Oh, 3? 3 stars for Halloween 5? Dude, that is a smoking crack moment. Yeah, that's almost unwatchable, that film. Halloween 4, I gave a 5. I think that's, it's one of the better entries, for sure. But it is far from being a 5-star film for me. But, and please bear in mind as well, when I'm looking through this, this is one of the reasons I chose Glyn, in fact, is because I know he'll take this in the spirit that it's meant, which is just bit of film discussion, and it's as film fans we can poke fun at each other's choices, but do it in a loving way. We know we still love each other despite the fact that we have different tastes and things. So it's not an attack on Glyn. It's just subjective opinion on movies. It's a bit of fun. So nobody take it too seriously, please. Where are we? Diary. Let's see what he's been watching. So Kingpin 4.5. It's been a long time since I've seen Kingpin, but again, like I say, comedy. Clearly, Glyn's. Oh, come on, Glyn. Really? Shaun of the Dead, 3 stars. Hot Tub Time Machine 2 gets 5 stars, and you give Shaun of the Dead 3. Dude, come on. That has to be an error. Sausage Party. You rate Sausage Party higher than Shaun of the Dead. Dude, lay off the crack. That is not right. That is not right. It's every level of wrong. Yeah, Sausage Party for me was the worst film of 2016. It was literally rock bottom. It was absolutely my worst film. Southland Tales, has that popped up a few times there? I think it has, hasn't it? Have you watched it a couple of times? You have, yeah. Within a fairly short period. So yeah. See this, just prying into your life, seeing what you've been up to. Look at that, 4 films in one day. This is, yeah, 4 films in one day. I get, good grief, dude, what do you do? Do you have one of those jobs that just allows you to sit there watching movies all day? I've had a couple of friends actually who've worked in like the healthcare kind of, like mental care home kind of thing, and because they don't do anything at night other than sit there waiting for something to happen that generally doesn't, that they just sit behind a desk watching movies. So yeah, I know a friend of mine, Peter, used to do that. Another friend of mine, Matt, used to do it. My brother used to do it, to be honest. So yeah, but so I don't know what your job is, Glyn, but yeah, look at that. What? Come on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 films that you've logged there on the 15th. Did you just sit there all day watching movies? You must have done. That is crazy. I remember a time I was able to do that. Oh, gone are the days. The glory days. Southland Tales again on the 15th as well. So that's 7. Dude, come on. You're living the best life. No! The House Bunny, 3.5 stars. So you think The House Bunny is better than Shaun of the Dead? Dude, movie 43, widely regarded as one of the worst movies ever made. 4 stars, better than Shaun of the Dead. This is the standard now by which I will always measure you by. Oh man, The House Bunny, 3.5. Good grief, what did I give that? I had to watch The House Bunny, actually. Yeah, I gave it a 2. I had to watch The House Bunny on at the cinema because I was a projectionist at the time and I had to check the print. I always got stuck with the lame ass movies that no one else wanted to watch. Erection of an Epic, The Making of Mallrats. One of my favourite Kevin Smith films actually is Mallrats. It tends to get crapped on by the critics. I know Chasing Amy and Clerks tends to be up there when it comes to critic scores and that, but I always liked Mallrats more than Clerks when I was a teenager. It was just more fun to me, and because I felt like I was a bit of a Mallrat. Me and my friend, we would always just hit the mall every day and just people watch, peruse around shops, just basically just hang out, and so the movie kind of, I was just, yeah, I really related to it in that respect. But Take Me Home Tonight, you've given 5 stars. I don't know that one. What is that? Underappreciated gem. I'm not sure I can trust that now. Is it an underappreciated gem? Given that, you know, Shaun of the Dead got 3, House Bunny got 3.5. Take Me Home Tonight. Who directed that? What is that? Michael Dowse. Don't know who that is. Oh no, he made Stuber. That was terrible. No, it wasn't terrible. It was watchable. It was watchable, but not in a way that I would ever want to watch it again. What If kind of looked good, but I never got to see it. But yeah, I don't know. I don't know that I can trust you on that one, Glyn. I think Probably not. Disaster Artist, she gave 5 stars. It's 4 out of 5 for me, but I totally, yeah, I can get in line with that one. I thought it was a really well made film. I thought it was hilarious, both hilarious and touching at the same time. Yeah, Jay and Seth versus the Apocalypse. Juice. Some films here do that I've just never heard of, and you're really giving them a high rating. Juice. Pack, I'd see it. Oh, 2-pack. Yeah, it was never my thing, to be honest. Juice. Ernest R. Dixon. Ooh. Oh man, yeah, it's quite the CV. Okay, it's staggering to me, the difference that people can have, that subjective thing. What is it about a film that for some reason with someone it clicks and they love it, and someone else it's just all they can see is a travesty? It's people's tastes, how they're shaped. I would love to know what it is that that makes Glyn say Juice is a 4.5 star film. Cherry Falls, I've not seen that in so long. I have bought it on DVD actually fairly recently. I watched it at the cinema way back when. I'm not sure I rated it all that highly, but I think since then I gave it a 2.5. I think that was back in the day when obviously Scream reignited the whole slasher kind of genre, and I think at that point I was measuring every slasher film that came out to Scream and was left wanting to many a degree. I think if I went back now and watched Cherry Falls, I think I would probably like it a lot more, having immersed myself within the slasher genre a lot more. And yeah, I think I'd probably watch Cherry Falls now and think it's at the higher end of the genre. But Everest I really liked, to be honest. I wasn't expecting to. I was expecting it to come across as a bit of a TV movie of the week, but with a bigger budget. And I guess to some degree it is, but I don't know. I thought the character arcs in it that were very good. There was some really touching moments in it. Dude, I can't look at this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 films in a day. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. What is your life? I'd love to be able to just watch this many films all the time. Look at this. Good grief. I would be interested actually in seeing just how many movies you've actually watched altogether. Does it tell you? I'm sure it tells you somewhere. Let's go to your profile. Yeah. See, so it says 2,737 films, but I'm guessing that is only what you've watched since having Letterboxd. Whereas I, on the other hand, if I go to my profile, I actually one time. It took me a few months actually. I went through the whole of IMDb. I went through each year, because in IMDb you can click on the year and it'll bring up every film that was released in that year. And I went through every year and rated every single film that I can remember seeing. Every film that I knew I had seen. And then when Letterboxd came out, they had this thing where you could transfer your IMDb grades over to Letterboxd, which I did. So this score right here, 3,880 films, is pretty close, I would say, to the exact number of films that I've seen across my lifetime. That's not counting repeat viewings. Obviously, there are a lot of films that I have rewatched a lot of times, so you'd probably be hitting well over 10,000 if you took in rewatches. But given given how many films Glyn is logging here, 5, 6 a day, I'm guessing this is literally just since coming onto Letterboxd, not how many he's seen in his life. I mean, look at that, 350 this year. This year, we're only 4 months in, 3 months really. Just started a new month. 3 months in and you've watched 350. On that average, blimey, 1,300, something like that. 1,400. My maths is crap. Don't ask me to do maths. 1,400, I think, films a year. That's insane. That is absolutely insane. Even in my film watching prime, I did not watch that many a year. I don't know where you find the time. Really don't. It's just envy. That's what it is. Envy. Let's have a look at some of his lists here. Top 12 films of 2009. Jennifer's Body. See, I wouldn't put it in like my top 10 or anything of that year, but I do think it is a really underrated film. What did I give it? See, I gave it a 3.5, but I'm verging on a 4 there, to be honest. I think I'm more likely to give that a 4 now. But I need to give that a rewatch because I do really like Jennifer's Body. I think it's a very underrated horror film, and I'd have loved to have seen a sequel to it, if I'm being perfectly honest. Zombieland's great. Half-Blood Prince isn't one of my favourite of the Harry Potters. I still like it. I like it a lot. Order of the Phoenix is still the best for me, though. Funny People I liked. It's been a while since I've seen it. Oh, Halloween 2 I hate with a burning passion, which I'm sure you know, Glyn. Yeah, it's Rob Zombie, not my guy, must be said. I've heard a lot about this Trailer Park Boys thing. I can't say I've ever seen any of it, but yeah. I think Inglourious Bastards, Up, Zombieland, I think they're worthy entries, just in my opinion. Possibly Harry Potter as well. If you're an absolute diehard Harry Potter fan, then I can understand that being in the top 10. Let's have a look. 1977 top 12 films. Why 12? Is that because you do it on your mobile phone? And you always get 12, don't you, on the mobile? I'm guessing that's why you go for 12 and not 10. Star Wars, obvs. That's like the obvious choice, isn't it? Wouldn't be mine, but I'd probably put Annie Hall above it. I think definitely. Spy Who Loved Me. See, best Roger Moore Bond, in my opinion. Grateful Dead. Clearly a Grateful Dead fan there. Smoking the Bandit. I was never into. Could never get into Smoking the Bandit, to be honest. Orca. Is that like a horror about a killer whale? After witnessing the killing of his mate and offspring, a captain, Nolan's hands, a vengeful killer whale goes on a rampage. The fisherman's Newfoundland harbour. 77, so 2 years after Jaws. And yeah, there you go. The Jaws knockoffs come rolling in, pretty sharpish. What did you actually give that? You gave it a 4. Okay. Pretty sure I have heard of that one before, to be honest. I will have to check that one out. But, let's see, top 12 of 1996. Scream. Excellent choice. From Dusk Till Dawn's gone down in my estimation over the years. I much prefer the first half now than the second half, whereas back as a teenager I was bored by the first half and really loved the second half. I think it's let down by the special effects these days, but it's still a good film. Still a good film overall. Swingers is great. I've never seen The People vs. Larry Flint. Fargo is great. I really like Jerry Maguire as well. First Mission Impossible's cracking film. Long Kiss Goodnight, again. Shane Black, I really love Shane Black. The Day Trippers, I don't know what that one is. Let's have a look. Greg Mottola, I've heard that name before. What's Adventureland and Superbad, yes. Okay. Yeah. Okay, Day Trippers. Yeah, can't say I know that one. I do like Stanley Tucci and Parker Posey though. So yeah, cracking stuff. Let's go back. Let's have a look at some more. See what we can see. Lists. Let's have a look at some lists. Favorite films. 100. It's done 100 favorite films. I don't know if these are in order. Glyn, you'll have to tell me if these are in order. I'm guessing there's certainly at the top end there's a certain order, because I know that Fast Times was your favourite. I don't know if it's been usurped by Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, but yeah. So is that an indication that these are in some semblance of order? Dark Knight should be number 1. Yes, it should. But yeah, good, nice to see it in the top 20 anyway. Caligula, really? Wow. I've never really heard good things about Caligula. I've always been told it really drags, goes on a lot. I know that, is this the one that, oh no, it's Cleopatra in it they're doing a remake of. Yeah, 2.6 there, wow. Okay, what's the running time? Where's the 156 minutes? Yeah, I know it's quite hefty. Pretty sure there's a lot of sex in that film as well for its day. Again, like I say, I've not seen it, but yeah, that top 20 is pretty. Jay and Silent Bob, Clerks. For me personally, it wouldn't come anywhere near my top. Again, that's assuming this is actually a top 20 and these are in order, but maybe not. Again, like I say, Glyn, let me know. Nice to see Truman Show in there. Cracking. Inception. Royal Tenenbaums, that's good. Heathers, yes, we like Heathers. Heathers is great. Scream, Terminator, Good Will Hunting, cracking stuff. Die Hard, Django Unchained, it's my favourite Tarantino. Yeah, okay. Butterfly Effect gets an awful lot of love. I never really saw what people seen it. I mean, it does have a 3.4, which is a very respectable score on Letterboxd. But yeah, I was a bit like, yeah, it's alright. Probably wouldn't ever watch it again. But yeah, Superman 2. Did I see Superman in here? Is there no Superman? Have you just got Superman 2? Ah. I don't think you do you? So you're more of a Superman 2 fan from the look of it, obviously. But yeah, there's his top 100. Lovely stuff. Top 2020 films. It was a bit of a poor year last year, wasn't it? Because COVID and all meant that we didn't get much in the way of releases. But let's have a look. Not seen. Wonder Woman 1984, really loved, think it's highly underrated. Freaky, not seen. Babysitter Killer Queen, not seen, but it's been on my radar for ages because I really did love the first one. I need to get around to that. Birds of Prey, severely underrated, I think. I do think it takes the feminist angle a little bit too far, in the sense that there's not a single redeeming male character. But other than that, I had an absolute blast with it. I thought it was really great. The action was great. It was just, yeah, really good film. The Hunt, not seen. Becky, not seen. Fantasy Island, not seen. Arkansas, not seen. Justice League Dark, Apocalypse War, one of the better entries in the DC animated movies, I think. Got some issues, but I really enjoyed it. The opening act, not seen. That looks like some kind of stage show thing. But yeah, clearly I've not been catching up on the whole 2020 scene. Yeah, my film watching for 2020 has been pretty poor, to be honest, to say the least. Top 12 2000 films. I see Wonder Boys is up at the top there. I've got to say, I wasn't that enamoured with that one, and I am a Curtis Hanson fan. I think Curtis Hanson's one of the best. I give it 2.5. Maybe I need to watch it again. I might have watched it too young. I don't know. But Curtis Hanson is one of my favourite directors. LA Confidential, one of the best movies ever made. It's in my top 20. 8 Mile, very good film. Hand That Rocks the Cradle, really cracking thriller. Same with the River Wild, really cracking thriller. And not a very highly rated film in the sense of it's not like an 18 or a 15 rated movie. I don't know what the American equivalents are there, like PG 13s or whatever. Over here it's a 12, I believe. So yeah, but there's some really good proper thriller moments, like psycho moments in there for a film with such a low kind of BBFC certificate score. In Her Shoes, I thought was a really good film as well, actually. Yeah, it's a bit of a chick flick, but it's a really good one with a bit of bite to it. Chasing Mavericks is the one of his I saw most recently. He died, obviously, before... I don't think he quite died. I think he got ill before he could finish making it, and Michael Apted took over. It was either one of the two. He either got ill during the making of it or died. But yeah, Michael Apted took over, and I think, yeah, it worked out pretty well. I think it's actually a pretty decent film. Bit TV movie of the week, but it's quite entertaining. Bad Influence, I've been told fairly recently that I need to watch. Somebody mentioned that, you know, if I'm a Curtis Hanson fan, I really need to get on this. Said it's a bit cheesy, but apparently really good. So yeah, we'll see. But yeah, it's the journey that Letterboxd takes you on. It's like a Pandora's box. Letterboxd. You click on one thing, and it leads you through to a whole load of other stuff. But yeah, there's Curtis Hanson. Really great director. Rest in peace. Almost Famous would be very high up for me. Unbreakable, very high up for me, definitely. I did like High Fidelity. It has gone down a bit over the years. Bamboozled, that's the Spike Lee one, isn't it? I've never actually watched that one, and I do like Spike Lee. Yeah, Damon Wayans, not the highest recommendation for me, but I can give it a go. We'll see. Okay, let's have a look. What else have we got? What's going to be interesting? Let's check out some old ones. They're not in order, are they? So let's see these lists. Critters. I'm assuming that's not a ranking. I hope that's not a ranking. Confirm or deny, Glyn. If you see this, confirm or deny. I want to know if that is a ranking. You got Critters 3 up top, above Critters. Then we need to have words, my friend. We need to have words. Okay. 1995. I see Heat on there. Heat should be number 1. Absolutely, positively, Heat should be number 1. One of the best films ever made. 12 Monkeys, awesome. Waterworld, I really love the Ulysses cut. I thought it was great. And Desperado was very good as well. Yeah, and I've already talked about Mallrats, but let's have a look. Let's go deeper. Oh yeah. Favourite film from each decade. Mickey Mouse, Steamboat Willie. Oh yeah. I like Some Like It Hot, but I prefer The Apartment. Although is Some Like It Hot 50s? It is. So yeah, a year later, Billy Wilder did The Apartment, which is my favourite of his. 50s, I would have to go On the Waterfront. Favourite film of the 50s, definitely On the Waterfront. Yeah, some good ones on there. I love Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, but there we go. I was trying to find my birth year, which is 1980. Let's have a look. Westerns. I do like a good western, must be said. Hateful Eight was great. Where's Django Unchained? I can't see it. Where's what the? Oh, it's there. Whew! Completely missed that one. It's a number 4, but yeah. It's good to see. I still need to see Tombstone. I do have it. I've not got around to it. I got around to watching The Good, the Bad and the Ugly for the first time last year, I think it was, early last year. Unforgiven, I think, would be possibly my number 1. I think it's probably the best western ever made. True Grit is up there for me as well. I really like The Magnificent Seven. I think it's quite underrated. It's good popcorn action flick. The Revenant was great. Hostiles I really liked. I liked 310 to Yuma, but I think they copped out in the end. I think, yeah. Once Upon a Time in the West. I preferred Once Upon a Time in the West over The Good, the Bad and the Ugly, to be honest. I know that when it comes to Sergio Leone, people tend to gravitate more to Good, the Bad and the Ugly. Yeah, for me, I would go Once Upon a Time in the West. I thought it was great. I still can't get over the dubbing, though. It does put me off a bit. DCEU ranking. I'm guessing. Is it a ranking? It doesn't say it's a ranking. I'm guessing it's a ranking because Justice League is near the bottom. Suicide Squad is on the bottom. Wow. No love there for Snyder. Justice League theatrical cut, I understand, but Man of Steel should be number 1, definitely. Not seen the Snyder cut then yet, have you? I'm guessing. Judging from those scores, it's probably not something you want to be bothered with either. But no, it's great. Okay, enough with the lists. What else do we have? No. Yeah, I don't really know what else to go on. Watchlist. Let's have a look at that. Okay, it's a very short watch list, but he needs to see The Bourne Legacy, which I think is very underrated. I think it fits in nice with the other Bourne movies. I would have loved to have seen a follow-up to it. I'd love to see Renner's character go up against Bourne or team up with Bourne, whatever. Unfortunately, that's probably not going to happen now. Yeah, shame though. Shame. It's a good film. A Million Ways to Die in the West. I'm probably not going to get around to watching, to be honest. It doesn't look like my cup of tea. But, yeah, likes. Okay. Tags. I know you can hear me that. Network. Stats. Let's have a look at his stats. If it will. Can I do that? A Life in Film. Glyn Parson's old-time stats. Let's have a look at that. Oh, yeah. Alright, we got the 1930s, the 1940s, and the 1970s. So, yeah, comedy, clearly, is the big one there for Glyn. USA movies in the English language. Yeah. Sci-fi. Bit low there, Glyn. Bit low on the old sci-fi. Need to move that up a bit. Comedy and horror. Yeah, I think there's a lot more content for the comedy and horror audiences out there than there is sci-fi. So I can kind of understand that one, to be honest. List progress. Letterboxd top 250%. So you've seen 18%, 47 movies of Letterboxd top 250. I would be interested to know mine on that, to be honest. Oscar Best Picture winners, seen 25 of 92. I think mine will be pretty high for that because I have been working my way through the Best Picture winners. IMDb top 250. Why is... Oh, IMDb, yeah, not that, right, yeah. So you've seen more from the IMDb top 250. Look at that. Edgar Wright's 1000 favourites. Why does Edgar Wright get his own little block there on Guillermo del Toro too? Good grief. 1001 films to see before you die, but which version, eh? Which version? Because they've done a few, haven't they, of that? I'm sure they did. I'm sure they did an updated version of that where they changed a few out. Top 100 women directed. 4 of 100. Oh, Glyn. I can't call you too much because I bet mine will be pretty low on that as well, to be honest. There we go. Top 100 animation. It's 9 of the 100. Animation, not your thing then, clearly. It's not mine either, to be honest. The thing with animation is, when you get a really good animated movie, I can watch it, and when it's finished, I can say, that was awesome, 4.5, 5-star film, but then I'll never want to watch it again. There's something about animation that just... I'm drawn more to live action. Like, and if it's the choice of seeing a 5-star animated film, potentially 5-star animated film, or a 3.5-star live action movie, 9 times out of 10, I'm probably going to go with the live action. Yeah. The Wolverine collection. 3 watched. Is it not including the other X-Men films in that? Same with the Spider-Man one. I don't get the completed collections. So that's not completed collection, is it? Because it's just... Where's the other X-Men films with Wolverine in? It's just... Yeah. I don't class that as a complete collection. Most watched. Now, is that of all time? Oh, right. Okay. Wow. Wow! Southland Tales 16 times. Good grief. You really do like that film. Okay. Surprised not to see Fast Times at Ridgemont High there, to be honest. Although I would imagine it's got something to do with when Letterboxd came out. I would imagine you've watched Fast Times at Ridgemont High much more, probably back in your youth. But it's a bit like me with Batman now, Tim Burton's Batman. I must have seen that film well over 80 times at least, but I've not watched it that much at all in the last 10 years, just because of how much I watched it as a young man. So yeah, but Southland Tales 16 times. Okay, Knives Out 5 times. Nice to see that there. They're doing a sequel to Knives Out. Well, they're doing 2, aren't they? Netflix have bought the rights. Looking forward to that. I loved the first one. Most watched stars does not surprise me. It's mostly comedy actors. There we go. Yep. Adam Sandler, 25 films. Oof, man. I can't imagine sitting down to watch 25 Adam Sandler films. Not unless they've got Paul Thomas Anderson's name attached as director or someone like that. Directors most watched: Kevin Smith, George Méliès. So yeah, doing a bit of the old cinema watching there. Sam Liu, he's probably going to appear pretty high on mine as well, just because of all the DC animated movies that I watch. Excellent. have a look. See what we've got here. Studios. So the films you watch most are by Universal Pictures, followed by Warner Brothers. Not a Disney man, are we not? Right, excellent. Okay, and there's your stats. Well, I think I'll leave it there. Boom. Okay, well, yeah, that was a nice little 46 minutes apparently I was going for there, but I just wanted to get on, do something. It's been a while since I've done anything on my channel. There is a reason for that, by the way. I'm don't worry, I've not quit YouTube. I am definitely going to be coming back. I'm working on something right now. I've taken an opportunity that if I didn't take it, I would shoot myself in the foot. I would hate myself for the rest of my life for not having taken the opportunity. So I've had to take this work opportunity. It's really not giving me the time right now to do much YouTube stuff, but I just wanted to come on and do something. So I'm still here. Hi. Yeah, I thought that'd be an interesting idea. Kind of a little bit, a bit of a variation on the old Letterboxd Sundays thing, but just looking at somebody's Letterboxd profile, going through, commenting. I chose Glyn. Sorry, Glyn, for that. But yeah, I think it might be something that I do in the future, maybe for patrons. If you're a patron and you want me to do this for you, if you have a Letterboxd account and you are a patron and you would like me to do this for your Letterboxd account, then yeah, let me know and I will be happy to. So yeah, beyond that, I think I'll leave it there. But yeah, thank you, Glyn, for you didn't technically let me do it, I just did it. But I will get in touch with you actually before I make this live and just make sure you're okay with me doing it. So if you don't see this, then I'm just talking to myself. If you do see this, Glyn has approved it, and yeah, thank you, Glyn, for letting me do that. But yeah, thank you also to everyone watching, and until next time, cracking.